All right, so this is my PC system. Let's just open the inside for fun. There we go. So as you can see, this is my video card and power supply, RAM memory, all that good stuff. USB 2 ports, it's an old case, 2010. But it's insane that this is my entire PC system and that's the Mac Studio. Insane. Absolutely insane. Hey, what's up everyone? Mendel here. I hope you're all doing awesome and wonderful. So, I got myself a Mac Studio. Not sure you can see it. This thingy. There you go. So basically, I'm making a transition from PC to Mac. And before I go into a bit more depth, very important announcement. Please let me know down in the comments what kind of content you want to see, like PC versus Mac in a Cubase project, like the same project on PC versus this Mac Studio. For example, plugins, if you want to know stuff, or how many tracks, or how it would react if I maxed it fully to the max, if that makes any sense, no pun intended. The reason I'm asking this is because during my whole research process past months on thinking of getting this, this Mac Studio is, well, for so far I could find almost all content on YouTube is mainly focused towards like video people, video editing people and kind of stuff, and like Photoshop photographers, InDesign and Illustrator kind of stuff. Basically, not a lot of content around PC versus Mac regarding audio production, or basically like working on this device on audio production. So I'm asking you, please let me know down, please. So I'm asking you, please let me know in the comments down below what you want to see. And it can be anything. Just put it down there. I'll read through every single comment and we'll make a video or multiple videos on this whole process, just so you know. Now you're probably curious what my reasons are or what made me come to the conclusion to go to Mac. First of all, my PC needed to be updated. I am working on an i7-8700K Intel CPU, 64 gigabytes of RAM. I have a GeForce 1080 Ti video card. What else am I missing? And a couple of hard drives. And regarding hard drives, I'm driving in a couple of days to OWC. Don't worry, I'll make a whole video about that, because I'm also going to replace all my drives into something a bit more streamlined. Not going to spoil stuff. Make sure you're subscribed to the channel to keep an eye out for that video. But basically my PC needed to be upgraded, and I thought, let's compare, like for example, the price difference. So if I would go PC fully maxed out, I got around 2,500, 2,700 to get like a video card that would have the same render times on DaVinci Resolve versus the M1 Max. And this device was, so this Mac Studio was 3,019 euros with everything basically included. So if you want to know the specs for my PC, I'll put it down in the description box down below. If you want to know the specs of the Mac Studio that I chose, it's also down in the description box down below, so you can see what's, so you can basically compare. But basically there were a couple of things that put me across the line, like in Dutch we say like over the streep trekken. I'm not sure what it's in English, but like the thing that's like, okay, now I'm going to do it. One of the reasons was power consumption. It's way less. I had this meter that I put like in the wall, then put my PC into it, and then check how much it would be at the end of the day. And it almost hit 3 euros. So that's basically almost on a yearly basis, almost 900 euros, I think, perhaps even more, just on power consumption. And on the Mac, it's like a third of that, if I'm correct. Second of all, my buddy WD, he was here with his M1 MacBook. He put it on my desk and we did just a fun stress test. So what we basically did is both open an empty Cubase project, make one track, put a bunch of stuff on there. So one time we did like, I believe just the ToneX plugin, and then duplicate it. So one track, 2, 4, 8, 16, 32, 64, 128, 265, 1024, 2084, etc. And then see how far the ASIO load / CPU meter was on Cubase. And we did the same thing, like putting a bunch of plugins on one channel and then duplicate that channel over and over and over again. But I remember when we did that ToneX test, my PC fully maxed out at 140 tracks of ToneX with like an advanced capture loaded in. And that was on buffer size, the max buffer size, like 2048. So 140 tracks, 2048 buffer size. And then WD did the same thing on his, and he got on, now if I remember correctly, he got on 250 tracks on 16 buffer size. 16, that's insane. And that's for like a third of the power consumption, insane. Now a third thing was that basically the M1 Max chip was very, very powerful on video rendering using the codecs I use with my cameras. I'm working on a Sony A6400 camera with a Sigma 1.4 lens, 60mm. And I was just blown away on the render exports on like 3080 versus the M1 Max. And since I'm working DaVinci Resolve, and it has been optimized now to use the M1 chip, I was like, okay, my 1080 GTX GeForce card can't compete with that. Please let me know down in the comments what you want to know. PC versus Mac, RAM usage, the same project or whatever. Please let me know. I'll be happy to make a video about this since there's not a lot of content on the Mac Studio regarding audio production. And see you next time. Cheers.